It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Monday, the 20th of March, the first official day of spring. The vernal equinox was early this morning, about 5:30. I'm James Spann. Things pretty quiet during the week, but as the weekend begins on Saturday, looks like an active day with a chance of strong, maybe severe storms. So let's take a look. There's the water vapor satellite view early this morning. It's a fairly dry air mass we have in place. We have a northwest flow aloft, and I think the day should be very nice. We're expecting lots of sunshine today with a high well up in the 70s. Now, numbers all over the board this morning. Another great example of why this is not really a one-number place when it comes to forecasting lows on a clear, calm morning. Fort Payne, 36. Haleyville, 52. Birmingham at 50, but everybody goes up in the 70s today. Around the nation, the coldest air is over the northeastern U.S. Other than that, not too bad. And again, the maps are looking more and more like spring. On the watch warning map, things pretty quiet early this morning around the nation. There's the convective outlook for today and tonight. No severe weather expected. Some spots could see some thunder. Then tomorrow, we note there is a marginal risk of severe weather over much of Tennessee. And there might be a strong storm trying to creep into extreme North Alabama tomorrow evening, but for most of the state, the day will be warm and dry. Day 3, this is Wednesday. No severe weather expected, maybe some thunder for South Alabama, but that would be very isolated. Let's jump out to day 5. This is Friday. We have a risk of severe weather over much of Arkansas, Louisiana, and some of the adjacent states, including western Mississippi. And on day 6, which is Saturday, we have a risk of severe weather for much of Alabama and some of the adjacent states. And of course, we'll talk about that as we go through the daily maps. And the rain for the next 7 days. Rain amounts vary from about 1.5 inches over North Alabama down to 3/4 of an inch for the southern counties of the state. And we'll talk about that as we go as well. Let's go through the modeling here. The GFS, the 06Z run, 1 o'clock today. We have a northwest flow aloft, a dry air mass. The day should be partly to mostly sunny and the high well up in the 70s today. We should be in the upper 70s, very, very mild. Hey, how about some 80s tomorrow, summer fans? Looks like we'll do low 80s, maybe even mid-80s in spots, but there's a front north of the state, and that's going to produce some showers and storms over Tennessee and Kentucky, and some of those could clip extreme North Alabama. And this is tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. And some of those storms could be strong near the Tennessee state line, but for most of Alabama, tomorrow just warm and dry. This is Wednesday. The surface front begins to drop south with a 1037 high, pushing it that way. This is the high-res NAM at 1 o'clock Wednesday, showing maybe a few isolated showers, and we'll mention just a small chance of a shower. There's no real upper support. The air is relatively dry, but it should be noticeably cooler. The high Wednesday dropping back in the 60s as the wind shifts around to the north. This is Thursday. Again, the high will be in the 60s. And again, there might be enough moisture for a few isolated showers, but most of the state dry. And we note on Thursday a 997 millibar low that's forming northeast of Denver. This is Friday. That low is over Kansas, and obviously that's a severe weather look for areas south and east of that surface low and east of the dry line. Parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana. But for us, Friday looks to be a dry day with a high around 70. Now, this is Saturday as the weekend begins. You can see a well-defined short wave approaching from the west. Good upper support. The surface low fills. It's not as deep. It's located northwest of Memphis, but obviously that's a setup for strong, maybe severe storms. You saw the SPC has a risk in place for much of the state. This is the instability Saturday evening at 7 o'clock, and the surface-based Cape values about 1,500 joules or so. But obviously, at this stage of the game, it's 5 days out. It's just too early to be really specific about this. But clearly, Saturday will be an active day with showers and storms possibly strong to severe. We just don't know at this point the modes of severe weather. We'll have a much, much better idea by Wednesday. That's when we get within range to be able to tell you that. But if you got something outdoors Saturday, be aware of that setup. And then Sunday, the upper low just kind of sits on top of us. And Sunday looks to be a mostly cloudy day with highs in the 60s. And again, we'll need to maintain the chance of showers. Nothing severe on Sunday, but still maybe some lingering rain. And let's go to the end of the forecast period. This would be the middle of next week, Wednesday the 29th, troughing north and west of the state. A deep surface low is near Des Moines with another band of showers and storms coming in here. Hey, this is the spring tornado season. We see these setups pretty often this time of the year. Check the numbers. And you folks wanting to plan, I know what you're looking at. You're looking at those bottom numbers. And yeah, we see no chance of a freeze through early April. Are freezing temperatures over? And again, you know what I'm going to say, probably not. We always have a cold snap in April. And that's the reason we say I'd wait until April 15th if you want to be safe. Probably about a 50-50 chance you'll be okay, but those odds aren't good. Again, sometime between April 3rd and April 15th, it's almost inevitable. So a little early, in my opinion. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. You can catch us this evening on television, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.